Well, welcome back to Aethlon Medical's channel with novel immunotherapies to combat cancer and life-threatening viral infections. Joining us to give us a high-level overview of the company with recent earnings, some internal changes, and then we're going to get an idea of the oncology trials. Joining, we have James, the now interim CEO and CFO, and then Steve's going to be joining us, the Chief Medical Officer. But first and foremost, welcome, Steve. Or James, sorry.
All right. Hello again, Kyle. And we'd like to thank your audience for taking time out of their schedules for this update on Aethlon Medical. As a reminder, we're a medical therapeutic company focused on developing products to treat cancer and life-threatening infectious diseases. Our product, the Aethlon Hemopurifier, is a clinical stage immunotherapeutic device designed to combat cancer and life-threatening viral infections. In cancer, the Hemopurifier is designed to deplete the presence of circulating tumor-derived exosomes or extracellular vesicles that promote immune suppression, seed the spread of metastases, and inhibit the benefits of leading cancer therapies. The United States Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, has designated our Hemopurifier as a breakthrough device for two independent indications: the treatment of individuals with advanced or metastatic cancer who are either unresponsive or intolerant of the standard of care therapy, and with cancer types in which exosomes have been shown to participate in the development or severity of the disease, and also the treatment of life-threatening viruses that are not addressed with approved therapies. We believe our Hemopurifier can be a substantial advance in the treatment of patients with advanced and metastatic cancer through the clearance of exosomes or extracellular vesicles that promote the growth and spread of tumors through multiple mechanisms. We're currently working with our contract research organizations, or CROs, on preparations to conduct a clinical trial in Australia and in India in patients with solid tumors, including head and neck cancer, gastrointestinal cancers, and other cancers. As you noted, Kyle, the most significant development since we spoke last is that earlier this month, our board of directors decided to name me as interim CEO as well as CFO. I'm grateful to our board for their confidence in me, and will do my best to advance the company and our technology for our shareholders. Now, my highest priority is to reinforce our emphasis on oncology. I also plan to focus on expense control and on our investor relations efforts. Just a quick note on financial points. We had approximately $10.2 million in cash on September 30th, and we had no debt of any sort as well. And our current market capitalization is approximately $4.3 million. And now, let me turn the update over to Dr. Steven LaRosa, our Chief Medical Officer, who will give an update on our planned oncology trials. Here you go, Steve.
Hi. So as Jim alluded to, for solid tumors, a number of solid tumor types, such as non-small cell lung cancer, melanoma, colorectal cancer, the standard of care is what's called a checkpoint inhibitor. Drugs that you're probably familiar with are Keytruda and Opdivo. And how those drugs work is they actually stimulate the body's own immune system to fight the tumor. Now, these drugs work great in about 30% of people, but in 70%, they don't have a lasting response. And one of the leading theories as to why these drugs fail is that the tumors are releasing small extracellular vesicles called exosomes that have PD-L1, a ligand that suppresses the immune system on them. So we think our hypothesis is that if you could remove these exosomes that have PD-L1 on their surface from the circulation, you could revive or resuscitate the response to Opdivo and Keytruda. Now, we have data in vitro and in vivo that we can pull out exosomes, but what we have not done specifically to date is to examine if we're removing exosomes that have PD-L1 on them. And we're currently conducting binding studies to actually prove that and hope to have those results within the next couple months. We're confident that those results will be positive, and that would then trigger a clinical trial, both in India and in Australia, where we'll be able to look at patients who are getting checkpoint inhibitors for their solid tumors. And it will be called a basket trial, meaning we're going to look at a number of different tumor types. These patients are going to get a 2-month lead-in period of their checkpoint inhibitor as standard of care, where we'll look at exosomes with PD-L1, and the body's immune response while they're on their checkpoint inhibitor. And for those 70% that are not improving after a 2-month period, they'll then go on to a hemopurifier phase of the trial, where we'll look at administering the hemopurifier treatment once, twice, or 3 times in a given week, and look at the exosome levels and the immune response to tumors following the hemopurifier treatment. So in essence, each patient will serve as their own control. We'll know the exosome and T cell responses before the hemopurifier and after. And we think that this trial will inform us as to the safety and feasibility in this population. And it will also tell us if we're effectively removing these injurious exosomes and resuscitating the body's immune response to tumors. So it's designed in a fashion that will answer a whole variety of questions that would inform a future efficacy trial.
Well, I definitely appreciate all these insights today, and I'll pass that question off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and consider subscribing for more catalysts and news as it comes down the wire. Of course, we'll bring it to you here, but on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.